Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's me John, aka astrocomics, and today is the first video of 2025. The year Black Ops 2 is set in, and I hope this year doesn't go like the game. So, in today's video, we'll be doing another tier list, and we'll be ranking all the bosses in Metal Gear Solid. Specifically, the first game, because I haven't played the rest. I played a little bit of Peace Walker, but haven't fully finished it due to some emulation problems. I do really want to play the second and third game. I can get the fourth game and fifth one on PlayStation 3, but it's not like cool to play them if I haven't played the rest, you know. And I can get the portable ops and Peace Walker on my phone through emulation, or I could buy a real PSP. But the first game that I've actually been replaying or playing this year is Metal Gear Solid 1. So, I guess it's time to rank all the bosses. First of all, we have Revolver Ocelot. This is the first boss you'll encounter of the game. The room you fight him in is very small, and it's basically like a squares in the middle where you can't go or something bad will happen. I don't want to spoil anything. Basically, Big Boom will happen. And you have to go around there. He has a revolver with 6 bullets, and he'll shoot you. And you have low health because it's the start of the game. You haven't, I guess, leveled up, gotten more health. So he'll shoot you and he'll try to go around the square, and you basically have to get him. And actually, fun fact, depending on how well you beat him, he'll either compliment you or say you're trash. But for the first boss, I'll give it B tier. It's fun, but can't when you replay it, but can be challenging for new players. And it's quite annoying sometimes, especially when you can't catch up to him. But yeah, B tier for Revolver Ocelot. I love the character though. Next up, we have the first fight with Vulcan Raven, or simply known as the tank fight. In this fight, you basically have a pretty big arena, and it's much easier if you picked up all the Claymore mines before starting the fight, which I highly recommend. They'll be useful for some sections later. But anyways, this fight, first time I played it, I struggled. Second time, it was pretty easy. This fight has like 2, I guess, phases or attacks. From a distance, he can shoot you with the main gun, but if you use chaff grenades, you can disable that. And you have the machine gunner on top who you have to take out, and you can do that with grenades. The easiest part is just to go around him once you use chaffs. And throw grenades at the gunner. You might get ran over. I'm gonna give this fight D tier. I didn't enjoy it all that much. And the second fight with Vulcan Raven, I enjoyed it much more. Next up, we have the Cyborg Ninja, or spoiler alert, later known as Gray Fox. This video will contain some small spoilers, but I don't think it's anything crazy. If you play the other Metal Gear games, you probably know who he is anyways. I enjoyed this fight. So you can use chaff grenades to like stun him, or I think stun grenades work too, and then you can use your weapons. Other than that, no gun will work on him, as he can dodge them all and block them all with his sword. Now this fight has 4 phases. First phase is pretty short. You just have to land a few solid punches with your fists, and that's it. Second phase, he will drop the katana and go fully with his fists, but he will pull it out if you use your weapons too. Third phase, if I remember correctly in order, he becomes invisible, and if you have thermal goggles, which I don't know how on my first playthrough I got them so early, but they're very useful. But anyways, thermal goggles can help you see when he's invisible. Then you have another phase, which is basically the second one, but he can teleport behind you. I recommend for that one you just go close to him, and when he teleports, he can move for a few seconds, and then you can land a solid punch. And the last phase is basically when he does some weird electricity shit. Sorry, but he has an electrical field around him. You just have to punch him 3 times, deal damage 3 times, and you got it. I'll give this fight A tier. I really enjoyed it. Some people struggle with it, but I found it pretty easy. And the place where you fight itself is not the biggest. It's pretty small. It's like this laboratory, but I think it's pretty nice. And you meet Otacon. The next fight is probably the most iconic in the game. It's Psycho Mantis. Hold up, let me just come up here. And this fight is in a fairly sized room. It's like the commander's room. And the main gimmick of the fight is that he can read your mind or your controller, and basically you can't do any damage to him. After calling your team a few times, they'll tell you that you have to switch the controller to port 2, which I think is really cool. If you can't do that, you can still destroy the statues in the corners of the room to do that. Overall, the fight has a few phases. He can become invisible at some point, and then you have where you have to, spoiler alert, fight Meryl a little bit when she gets brainwashed, and that's about it. Overall, the fight was very easy. You can literally follow him around the room, especially if you have thermal goggles at that point. You can follow him around the room and just punch him, especially when he goes invisible. Those can help. Overall, I really like this fight, and when the speech he gives you at the end of the fight, where I kind of felt bad for him until he said, "I just did this to kill as many people as possible." But still, I like how... Holy shit, my cat just walked into the room. But I like how when he does open the secret door for Snake and Meryl, he actually feels nice after doing a good thing. Or this fight's going in S tier, probably one of the most iconic ones in not just Metal Gear and gaming, and a really cool gimmick. I liked it. The next fight is the Hind D. So this fight also takes place on the rooftop, and you basically have to listen to when the Hind D with liquid in it will come out. This was a cool fight. It was kind of challenging, but I beat it after some time, probably after 2 to 3 tries. Overall, I liked it. Gets a bit repetitive after a while, but the Stinger missiles, I guess, do help out a lot. I think you do have to use them. What am I even talking about? You have to use them. Overall, I liked it, and you can even later see when you're fighting Sniper Wolf for the second time, who we'll get to in a minute, you can actually see Liquid's parachute, and you can actually tell that to Colonel. My cat is so fucking annoying. Get out of here. You can actually tell that the Colonel, he'll be like, "What? What are you talking about, Snake?" This fight's also going in B tier. I thought it was okay. Definitely not better than Ocelot, though. Next up, we have Sniper Wolf. The first phase of Sniper Wolf, that was easy. Probably the worst part about that fight was actually having to get the sniper and everything you need. Overall, it was pretty fucking easy. The second phase you can use, it was more challenging. You can just use the Nikita missiles, which I never thought about. And some people use them, most people do, but I like to play it fair and square and just fight her with a sniper rifle. Overall, this fight can go into A tier. I enjoyed it, even though it was pretty easy, and I like the character. She can molest me. Hold up, pause. Next up, we have Vulcan Raven, the second fight. This fight takes place in a pretty big area, and you basically have to go around here to, he'll follow you. It's more of a stealthy boss fight. You guys play cat and mouse around this icy area, and when he spots you, he can shoot you with his minigun, railgun, I'm not sure what it is, but Nikita missiles, Stinger missiles, whatever you use, those will help out a bunch. I'm gonna put this fight in A tier. I enjoyed it, even though some people don't seem to like it from what I've seen on YouTube and stuff. I liked it, and I definitely like the environment it takes place in. And I like the character. I like his what he says to Snake after dying or after defeating him. The next fight that we have is the Metal Gear Rex. I'm gonna put this fight in C tier. I didn't really like it all that much. It's very hard, especially with all the shit he has. Overall it just sucks. But I like when the Cyborg Ninja shows up, and it leads to the finale, to the final fight. C tier. I didn't really like it all that much, but it is a cool concept, fighting a fucking Metal Gear. That's like the third time in the franchise at that point. And last but not least, we got Liquid Snake. This man survives a lot of shit. He survives getting his Hind D shot down. He survives getting his Metal Gear shot down. He survives falling off of the Metal Gear, which has to be like 50 feet or something. Then he survives a car crash and finally dies from a fucking heart attack. That was like spoilers, I guess. Overall, this fight, it's kind of annoying. You can fall off the edge. It has a timer, and Liquid has some shitty attacks. Overall, I wasn't a fan. I'm gonna put it in B tier. It could be way better, but I enjoyed it more than the Metal Gear. It's a fun one-on-one fight, and the cutscene before that is fucking legendary. I don't know if his Jeep fight counts. In that case, I actually enjoyed it. That was pretty fun. And depending on what ending you get to, I always get the bad ending. I can never survive the torture. So yeah, that was it for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe and turn on the notification bell to never miss a new video. And again, I wish you a happy 2025. That was it for this video. This is astrocomics sign off. See ya.